Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome all to Dominant Mets Nation. Today we got another great video and we're going to be talking about a huge controversy. A huge controversy brought up by Jomboy Media, aka Jimmy the Yankee fan. So in between Talking Yanks, a program broadcasted by Jomboy, Jimmy the Yankee fan, Jomboy puts out these great videos, usually breakdowns of replays. Sometimes they do wording, mouths, and what people are saying, lip reading. Great stuff. Great, interesting stuff. I love the videos. I love the videos. Last night, immediately after the Mets game, a video came out about Devin Williams, one of the nastiest pitchers in all of baseball, that he was tipping pitches. Now, Devin Williams has been pitching over the last 5 years, 241 games pitched, has a 1.83 earned run average. But last night seemed to be, according to Jomboy, the one game that Devin Williams was tipping pitchers. Okay, so I went over, I watched the video, and the first thing started off by saying, okay, here is the glove placement, and they showed the two pitches, how Devin Williams throws a fastball, how Devin Williams throws a nasty changeup. And Jimmy is claiming that the way he's tipping pitches is he's holding the fastball deeper in the glove and he's holding the changeup further outside the glove, or a little bit more outside the glove, right? So this is the glove angle that Lindor would see, right? So I'm holding the ball deep in the glove. Right now, I'm holding it more deep in the glove. Now, I'm holding it a little not so deep in the glove. Okay, now we are talking about 90 feet away. We were talking an intense atmosphere. Would you tell the difference? Would you tell the difference? I would say most other hitters in 241 games have not been able to tell the difference. So then I'm thinking, okay, is Jimmy claiming that the Mets were doing some type of signaling? Did they have maybe a camera angle? Obviously not, because it's not Citi Field. So there were no external claims. Nobody was ever on second base. At any time in this rally, in this inning, nobody was on second base. But, another claim Jimmy was making was the fastball. When you're throwing the fastball, the glove was a little more high and tight, close to Devin Williams' chin. And when the changeup was coming, it was a little tiny bit lower, a little bit lower. But still, his biggest claim was the changeup wasn't as in the glove. The fastball was further in the glove. That was the big number one claim. But my thing is, when the glove is like this, how do you see? How do you really see if it's deep in the glove? Only way you could possibly see is if there's somebody at second base, or if, maybe a Houston Astro scenario, you have a relaying system. Another thing you were saying, if the glove was level, but here's the thing. Jimmy had the focus on 1,000 times lens and zooming it and kept repeating, do you see this? Do you see this? It's on 1,000 times focused. Very difficult to see. And there's a lot of movement when Devin Williams was going to the set. I was trying to see. I didn't notice many differences. I did notice what he said about the ball being further in the glove when it being a fastball, but then I don't know how a guy like Lindor, I don't know how a guy like Pete could have been seeing that. Okay, so Lindor walked. Jimmy was making it like, okay, Lindor's looking for this, he's looking for that, he's looking for that. Bottom line is, Devin Williams didn't have control. He walked Lindor. If he was throwing it in the strike zone and if he was on, he would have thrown strikes to Lindor. Wasn't on. That's my thing. Devin Williams had an off night. Devin Williams had an off night. Proof was he walked the leadoff guy. He walked Francisco Lindor. Second guy, Mark Vientos. Mark Vientos looked helpless in that at bat. Was he tipping to Vientos? Did Vientos miss the tipping or no? Okay. All right, so he wasn't tipping pitchers to Vientos. It seemed like everything was okay. All right, so you go to Nimmo. Nimmo's taking a couple pictures, but again, the location wasn't there. The single that Nimmo hit, I mean, it was a good contact, but it was a grounder towards the right side, and it got through the hole. That's kind of luck. Devin Williams didn't throw. It wasn't outside the strike zone. It was more on the outer part of the plate. Didn't locate his pitches. Devin Williams did not locate his pitches. I repeat, that was more of a problem than anything. I mean, if you think the Mets were able to see through the glove, if they have X-ray vision, I give you all the credit in the world, Mr. Jomboy, Jimmy, because your biggest claim is the fastball's deeper in the glove, the changeup is further out of the glove. You didn't really mention anything about the elbow. You didn't mention anything really about the shoulder. You did mention stuff about the placement on the chest, but when they were throwing different pitches, I didn't really notice that was an issue. I think on one shot, you were able to differentiate a few inches. But when I watch every single pitch, the only thing I noticed is the depth in the glove of the ball placement, and that was impossible for the batter to see. Impossible. I know it seems like Yankee fans and guys like Jomboy, obviously this is a business to them. It's a great story. Yeah. Mets came through because Devin Williams was tipping pitches. But in reality, Devin Williams had an off night. He wasn't locating his pitches. Walked Lindor, did well against Vientos. He wasn't tipping pitches then. And against Nimmo, he threw one over the plate. Pete Alonso, all of a sudden, now we're in Pete Alonso. And Jimmy goes, I think the first ball Devin Williams throws was a changeup. And then he goes, oh, you see that? Pete Alonso is looking for that fastball. He's hunting that fastball. Next pitch was high above the zone. Okay, no, that's a pitch Pete didn't want, but he's hunting the fastball. Couple pitches later, he lays a changeup almost over the middle of the plate. He hits it. I thought he was hunting the fastball. If he's hunting the fastball, he hit the changeup over the right field wall. And the reason why he hit the changeup over the right center field wall is because Devin Williams did not locate. He did not locate. Pete Alonso was not able to see through the glove of Devin Williams. And if the Mets were able to figure out he was tipping pitchers in some way, give him all the credit in the world, because in 241 other games, there was no Major League Baseball team that was able to figure it out. So if you do want to go in that angle, give the Mets even more credit for figuring it out in one of the most intense, pressure-packed situations, because teams couldn't figure it out in the regular season where the pressure is off, but the Mets were able to figure it out when they were down to their last 3 strikes. Wow. And you know what? If you're a Mets pitcher, if you're a Mets coaching staff and you're doing analysis, I would be looking for, all right, you want to see other guys tipping pitchers? I'd be looking for their starter. I'd be looking for your other guys. You're only going to have 3 batters at minimum with Devin Williams. So I'm not really buying it. I know Jimmy's, it's a business. You gotta get your clicks, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it from Jimmy, the Yankee fan. The evidence that he provided in this particular situation, yes, there was differentiations. Could the batter see through the glove? You didn't prove that to me. I mean, that's a little bit far-fetched. And the glove placement, if you watch each and every pitch, it was very similar, the glove placement on the chest. Yes, you can find 2 particular deliveries where there might have been a minuscule difference, but let's say I think he threw around 20 pitches. On a whole, the glove placement on the chest was very, very similar. The only big difference was the depth of the ball in the glove. And the reason why, pitchers do that all the time, because as Jimmy mentioned, when you grip the ball with the changeup, you have more fingers around the ball. Hence, you're going to be further away from the pocket of the glove. You're going to be further away. And the reason why pitchers don't really, matter is because they can hide how deep their hand is in the glove. See me hiding? Could you see how deep my hand is in the glove right now? Could you see? Could you see? And right, you know, we don't have the 1,000 times focus. You don't have the back camera angle that Jimmy used. And this is what the batter saw. This is what the batter saw. All right. So that's just my quick analysis, my quick feelings. What do you think? Drop a comment. Is Jimmy the Yankee fan right? Does Jimmy the Yankee fan have a point? Am I missing something here? How was Lindora able to see through the glove? Why did Vientos look so pathetic at the plate? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. And also, too, why was Devin Williams not throwing strikes? Why was he not throwing strikes? And when he did throw strikes, it was over the heart of the plate. If you looked at the other Milwaukee Brewers pitchers, even if they were tipping the pitches, even if Devin Williams was tipping pitches, he wasn't hitting his spots. He was not hitting his spots. And my estimation, that was more of a consequence than potentially tipping pitches. And the Mets, you got to give them all the credit in the world. Number one, for doing it in such a pressure-packed situation. And even if they were the only team in 241 games to discover a minuscule difference, you give them even more credit. So thank you, Mr. Jomboy, for having the Mets identify something that no other team was, one, able to identify, or number two, able to capitalize on. So that's my just quick estimation. We have the Philadelphia Phillies that's the series is starting tomorrow. And Philly, I claim, does not want to see the New York Mets. Too bad. Too bad. We had Zach Wheeler on the mound, on the bump, and we've done well against Zach Wheeler. The Mets have done really well since 2023 off Zach Wheeler. We are very familiar with this guy, so I expect some great things. Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. And if we win this next series, I am waiting to see what the next I don't want to go. I'd like to see what the next Jimmy the Yankee fan video of the Mets will be. All right, folks, have a great day. Great job, Pete Alonso. We've gotten on him whole year. Pete Alonso, bottom line, saved their season. Saved their season. Thank you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Talk to you very, very soon.